Red Factor Network, keeping Edolites connected worldwide.
This one's for the beautiful mamas all over the world. For whatever you done for me, sweet mama, sweet baby, sweet sugar. This one's for you. Come on.
When Edo people move, they move to international cities all over the world like London.
The reason why we're here, sweet mama, dedicate this one to you. Sweet mama, number one.
So one day then she told me, oh, I can give you a job. You should be ready. So I said, okay, fine. So we got ready and like, she took me to this place, it's like a club. And then I didn't know, but when I realized it was a strip club. You have to dance with your money. And I don't even know how to dance. I don't know how to do this.
Did she tell you? So she told you, who told you you have to dance? She told you?
Yeah, she told me that I have to dance, like I just have to dance.
You would think it's the glamour, security, and job opportunities that keep them there. But no. We find out that most of us would like the opportunity to go back home and live at any time.
Anybody who's from those states seems to know the name Grenada. I do, and you seem to have some experiences. Can we talk about the experiences before I try to explain all?
Yeah, definitely.
Sweet
Watch The Diaspora on Red Factor Network, showing on EBS every Tuesday 1 o'clock to 2:30 and Friday 10 o'clock to 12 at midnight.
Sweet mama, sweet mama.
Welcome to the show, The Diaspora, the show where we continuously strive to strengthen the bond and connection between Nigerians abroad, Nigerians back home, and Nigerians worldwide. My name is Osei Yahu. I am just the messenger. This week on the show, we're going to go further into Nigerian lifestyle. We're going to go into the more difficult aspect, the darker part, the part where it starts back home and it never ends. You might have a fair idea of what I'm talking about, but we're going to bring you true life stories that if you are not already doing something to change the trend, I beg you to start. Watch these stories. Follow us on the Diaspora magazine. Whatever you missed, whatever you need to learn more of, health advice, political advice, sponsorship, latest migration trends, what might happen to you when you get to the airport, and what might happen to you when you get abroad or anywhere you're going. This is the Diaspora. And furthermore, if you buy this, you will be giving someone a chance of a future.
This ladies take my phone number. Oh, Baba. Like the way they say I flow harder. Oh, mama. Let me see your sexy body roll, mama.
We're back at the Diaspora Show, and today we're going for a really sensitive subject affecting our community at Edo State. Going back years when I've heard stuff about people trafficking, female trafficking out of Edo State and other parts of Nigeria, taking young girls away with the lure of good jobs, with the love of future. And when I've been back home, some of these, sometimes we see cars, we see houses being built, and we don't know what goes on, but we hear horrible stories, and we hear very, very painful stories. But with me today, I'm in London. It may not look like London from inside, but I've got an adult girl with me who has first-hand experience of what happens, how you leave Nigeria, Edo State, or any part of Nigeria, and you end up in Europe, and how the life is, how difficult it is. I still point out we're in London, so she's one lucky person, and she's living a good life, but she's going to educate us to the problem. With me today is Mrs. Osagumero, and that's an Edo name. How are you, Mrs. Osagumero?
I'm fine.
Thank you for agreeing to do this interview with us. But we have to enlighten the mind and help other adult girls back home and help other adult girls stuck in this bracket. Hence we're doing this show, and we really appreciate you coming to talk. Can we start from the very basic? Can you tell us how it is? How you were living in those days, right?
Yeah.
When did you decide, or how did you come about going to Europe, and what was your aspirations? Who convinced you? How did everything happen?
Basically, it was my auntie, because I lost my mom.
How old were you when you lost her?
I lost my mom at the age of, I think I was like 19 or so, or 18. I think 19 or so.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and I got like 2 brothers and a sister.
Yeah.
And my dad wasn't there for me. And basically, we got different dad.
Okay.
So they were not really there for us. So I was just the only person that can look after them.
You were the only one from your mom?
For my mom.
Okay.
I was the oldest to look after them. So my auntie just thought that it would be wise if I go over, I could be able to look after them.
Okay.
To further their education. So I just had to stop my education to be able to give them a better life.
Where were you in terms of education? What class were you? Were you just 3 years?
I was just in my first year in my uni, so I just had to drop out.
You dropped out.
Yeah.
And your auntie said, if you come, which country did you go to this point?
It was in Belgium.
Belgium. And she said for you to come over. Did she say there was work? Did she say there was good life? What did she say?
Well, basically, she just told me there was work and like the work in the factory, stuff like that.
Okay. And
yeah.
It was easy for you to. Your auntie did all the traveling arrangements?
Yes. And she did everything. So when I got over and I was living with her, like, and then she had, at that time, she had a shop, like an African shop, where she said foodstuffs. So I normally go and help her to sell foodstuff. And I was living with her for like maybe 4 or 5 months, and I got tired of staying at home. I became like a house help. Like doing everything. I have to clean the kids, I have to wash the clothes, I have to do everything. So I was like really, really stressed out. So I didn't have time for myself. I didn't want to have a better life. And like what she told me that I will get a job. So I keep asking her all the time, when will I get a job? She said, oh, tomorrow. And then I really got tired. Okay. So one day then she told me, oh, I can give you a job and you should be ready. So I said, okay, fine. So we got ready, and like she took me to the place it's like a club. And then I didn't know, but when I realized it was a strip club.
Okay.
You have to dance to earn money. And I don't even know how to dance. I don't know how to do this.
Did she tell you? So she told you, who told you you have to dance? She told you?
Yeah, she told me that I have to dance, like just have to dance for people. I was like, what people? She was like, people. So when I got there and I saw everything the way the girls started dancing, took off their clothes and started dancing.
Were they all Nigerian girls? Or?
I don't even know. Most of them were Nigerian. They were white. I'm sorry, I'm not being racist.
No.
They were a lot of white people and black girls as well from different continents. Yeah, and they were all dancing, drinking. And I said, I can't do this. I've not done this before in my life. She was like, but these are people. Are you better than them? Are you better than them? No, I'm not better than them, but I can't do this. So, and then she left me. She went. I started crying.
She left you in the club?
Yeah, and she left. And I started crying. So there was a girl that she came to me and she said, oh, don't worry, we all went through this as well. No, we're not happy doing this. It's not what we want to do.
Sorry, was this girl that came to you, was she Nigerian?
She was Nigerian, yeah.
A dog girl? Or?
She was from Edo as well.
Okay.
And then she just told me, don't worry, you'll be alright. I said, no, I can't, but this is my auntie. This is someone that promised me a better life, but this is what she's trying to use me for. I don't think I can handle it, I can take it. And then...
Sorry, when you say she was trying to use you, did your auntie say to you, if you dance, you get this amount of money and you bring it to me? Or did she say if you dance, you get this amount of money and you are on your own?
No, she didn't tell me anything like that at that moment.
Okay.
She didn't say anything like that to me at that moment. She just left me there.
Okay.
So I was just there and I was just fine basically. So this girl, she tried to comfort me. She brought me a drink. I just drank because at that time I mixed up with people already. So I just started drinking. And then I stayed, and then she told me to like, if I want to go, I can spend the night because this is my business. They live there, they stay there.
They stay within the club.
They stay in the club and they pay every day for the rent.
Okay.
Like they pay like I think 20 euros every day
To stay in the club.
To stay in the club. Some of them stay there for like 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Some will stay like 8 months, and they will have a house outside the city. I mean outside the club. So maybe if they work for like 6-7 months, they just want to go to their main house, just go and relax and go, and they'll pay every day £20 for eating and staying in the place.
Staying in the club. They get
20 euros, sorry.
Okay. How long till you stayed with this girl?
Yeah, I stayed with the girl for a week, and she was just saying, "Don't worry, you'll be fine, you'll be fine." I couldn't do nothing.
You were crying?
I was just crying every day. I was like, "Oh my God, I don't know what to do. What am I going to do?" So I just told her, I said, "I think I have to run." She was like, "No, why would you run? Don't you have little ones back home?" She tried to convince me and say, "Don't you?" I said, "Yeah," but she said, "Okay, who's going to look after them? Who's going to take care of them? You are the one, so you here already have to do it." I said, "But she didn't tell me that I'm going to do this. She just bring me here. If she had told me, I wouldn't even make the move to come here."
And you couldn't phone any other auntie or anybody to say this is nobody back home. How were you surviving? She was helping you?
Yeah, so I was living there. She was the one I was living with. She provided food. I was just cleaning the house, taking care of our kids, doing things that I'm not even supposed to do. Like I was just like a house help. So yeah, she wasn't like a sister to me, because back home she was a proper sister. But when I came, she was like a total different person. And the husband was as well using me. Sometimes he would threaten me and say things that I don't even want to know. Yeah. So but as I just started staying with this guy, then that was when I started just dancing.
So you started dancing at the club?
Yeah, so then one day she came to me and she said to me she just called me and said she wanted to see me. She came into the place and said she wanted to see me, and I went to her and she told me, "Oh, you've been here." Literally, I'll stay there for like 1 month.
No, hold on. Who was this? Your auntie?
My auntie.
Okay, she came to meet you at the club.
Yeah, and she said she wanted to see me. So I went. I was like, "What for?" She said, "I need to see you at home. If you can come tomorrow." I said, "Okay." So I came there. So when I went there, and she and her husband was standing in front of me. And then we were saying, "Oh, you've been there for like a month now, so how much do you have?" I was like, "What do you mean, how much do I have?" I was like, "You've been dancing there. Do you think I just put you there for nothing? Don't you know, bringing me here, I spent a lot of money." She was just saying a lot of things. I was like, "What?" I didn't even understand. I was like, "What?" Then the next thing, before I can hear something, the husband just smacked me.
What?
They started beating me.
Two of them,
yeah. And the husband was just like jumping on my head like, "Yeah, you have to bring the money." I said, "Okay, I'll bring the money." So I just gave them all the money I had.
How much did you give them?
I can't remember. I think it should be about 1,000 something.
Euro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave them all the money. So I started crying. I said, "I'm going to call the police." And they said to me, "Call the police. If you call the police, you're going to be going back home."
Okay.
So I was really like scared. I said, "Okay." And they said to me, "No, this is what you're going to be doing. You have to pay me back my money that you came into this country." I was like, "But you didn't tell me I'm going to pay." So I called then after the fight, anyway, I called my grandmom, because she was the one she was the only one. And I called her and I said, "This is what happened. I think this is all you were all involved. You knew that this is what was going to happen." Then she said, "No, I never knew." And I said, "Now," she said to me, "I have to give her the money, but I don't have anything. I can't do that." So, and my grandma said, "Oh, you just have to give." I said, "I can't."
Your grandma too said you have to give her the money.
Yeah, I said, "But I can't." So I just dropped the phone. Then I left the house. I said I was living with my friend. So basically, she always come and start fighting with me.
She come and meet you in the club and
fight. She make me fight with me. She see me in the street, she fight with me.
Your auntie?
Yeah. So I just said to her, "You know what? I can't give you what you want me to give you, but I'll just literally give you maybe a little fee." So totally, I just gave her about 8,000 something.
About another 1,000 or 8?
No, 8. The total money I gave her before I left her totally was about 8,000 euros.
8,000 euros?
Yeah.
Oh, so you were dancing for how many months to just
About a year or so.
Just for her?
Yeah.
And she left you?
Yeah.
In between this time she was fighting?
Yeah, we're not together, so I just had to be staying on my own. I was just literally staying at the club, giving her the money. So, but after that year, I got tired of doing it. I just have to find my way. I just run.
So where did you go after that?
I ran to Spain with my friend.
The same girl you met?
No, this is another one. Yeah, I ran there. I just stayed there for a while. So I just started working in the factory where they make a sponge for washing the
for taking the bath and stuff?
No, for the both bath and for plates.
For plates and stuff. So
I started saving money.
Sorry, while you were in Belgium, you saw a lot of Nigerian girls.
Yeah, there are a lot of Nigerian girls. Most of the girls that I met, people brought them. Like most of them I met, people brought them.
How young were they? How young were some?
Beg your pardon?
How young their age?
Oh, some of them like about 21, 19, 18.
They always cry?
17.
They cry just like you?
They cry a lot. Some of them cry. Some like if there was a girl I felt really sorry for when she came when she was 15. And when I saw her, she was 15 actually. And she was, 15. And it was terrible because this woman that she was living with was always beating her, fighting her. Then the woman, the last time I saw her was she used an iron, burnt her in the hand.
She burnt hot iron?
Yeah, because she didn't bring enough money. Yeah, she asked her to pay her a lot of money, about $45,000.
Is this a Edo woman?
Yeah, Edo woman.
And an Edo girl?
Yeah.
And this is in Belgium?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened when you went to Spain? How was Spain? Was Spain better?
It was okay because I was with my friend and I told her I don't want to do this kind of life. She was like, oh, don't worry. She said, I can help you with when I'm working. So she helped me. I started working. So I started saving when I started processing my document. Okay. So yeah, that was.
So Spain was good.
Yeah.
And from Spain, did you see the same experience amongst other Nigerian girls?
I know there were a lot of sometimes like when we go out, we see a lot of girls on the street. Yeah. They just half naked.
Nigerian girls
as
well. And so it's the same system in Belgium?
I don't know because when I got, I wasn't doing the same thing.
Good. And from Spain, did you come directly to London or did you go anywhere? Did you go anywhere else?
Yeah, from Spain, I just came to London.
Yeah. Now, in retrospect, is London is very different from that. Or how would you say London is? Would you say London is that sort of thing does not happen here?
Since I've been here, I've not seen that I've not seen anything like that. I don't think it does happen.
Good. Now, if this story we've had many different versions. What do you think can be done to help all these, to help these Nigerian girls prevent more girls coming here, being tricked, and then come here and say you owe me 40,000 euros, 10, 20,000 euros? What do you think can be done to help these girls to prevent that? And the girls already in it, what do you think can be done to help them break free from these Nigerian people, maybe pimps, if I can say?
Yeah, I just think that, for me, if the government can put jobs out there for people to work.
Jobs in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, yeah, to work, and good education can make people have a better life. I think people will not be doing this because some people, they do it out of poverty. There are some people in Nigeria, there are some families in Nigeria, they can't even afford 2 square meals a day.
This is true. Now,
it's very hard for them. So when they hear a thing like this, and when people come to them and say, oh, I will take your daughter to overseas, and she'll have a better life, she'll make you, because when they come, they'll trick you, they'll tell you, oh, don't worry, I'll make your daughter, when she get there, she'll meet a nice person, she'll get married to a white man, and she'll have a better life, she'll come and give you a house, she'll buy you a car. They'll be convinced because they are so poor. They're so poor,
Did you see any of this? Did you meet any white man? Did you fall in love with?
I had a boyfriend, but it was a crazy one. He wasn't really ready to settle down, so I just had to leave him.
But did it make your life, all in all, how did it make you? Do you think, were you thinking of settling down with the white person, or were you affected by the life that your auntie made you start living? How did it change?
Yeah, I was really affected by that because I was really angry. Sometimes I'm still angry. I'm really, really angry. But sometimes I always like give God the glory for making me still alive today. Because there's a lot of them that died. Because I know of a girl that died.
How did she die?
They were just beaten and they beat her to death.
They beat many of them.
No, this one I know her. They beat her to death. She was a friend.
They just beat her to death.
Yeah, she was a friend, and the woman that beat her to death was I forgot her name. She was arrested. She was jailed
for killing her.
Yeah, they just literally beat her and beat her to death.
So these women, do they always these big women that beat like your auntie?
Yeah, they have a group they have a group of people there that they will tell you that if you don't give them their money, these people they are just there to beat you to make sure you pay the money.
So this is like Nigerian.
Now these are all Nigerians, Edo people. Yeah, they will just beat you and beat you and beat you. They will beat you till you get money. They are just a group of beating. So when maybe because I've like this girl that died. Before she died, she always say that, they always come and beat me, and they will say, where are these people? Literally, we know these people that they will say, if you don't pay me, we'll call these people to come and beat you up. And they will really come, they might see you in the street, they will just start beating you, and they will just beat you and beat you. Sometimes they will beat you, put you in the car, or just like that.
All this happening in a foreign country.
Yeah.
And I think you've been very brave. I think you've been through a lot. I try to see for them because as a Nigerian myself, I think the people who are doing that, who are beating, the girls, they also work for the madam.
Yeah, they also work. Yeah, and it really get me upset that these people, like this pimp of people, they call themselves. Because when they tell the mother, don't worry, they'll look after my child. Because when I was there, I have some girls I know that they will come, they can give the woman maybe the woman will say, the pimp will say, pay me 45 or 40. Maybe they've paid 20. She will say, no, you only gave me 10. And she will have to pay again.
Just like that?
Yeah, they do that. She will have to start over again.
How many years, what was the longest person that has stayed under the pimps? How long, have people be paying for 5, 10 years?
No, some people stay 2, 3 years.
And then they bring their own people from back home. Is that the circle that if you finish paying your pimp, you get a young girl yourself that will start paying you?
Some people do that. Some people do that, but some people will bring one member of your family.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then let their family start doing
their own, yeah.
Wow. And you think, would you be willing to, can you help some of these people? Have you thought about ways that you keep in contact? You still keep in contact with anybody you've met in Spain and Belgium?
Most of them that I know most of them they don't even, they don't do that kind of thing anymore. They stopped doing it.
Okay.
That's living a better life now. Most of them, I know about 3 that's married now. They married and settled down.
They're still there, or they moved away from?
They're still there, yeah.
They married all the Nigerian people.
No Nigerian, they all married white.
They married white.
Yeah, have kids, yeah.
It's not all a bad story. So I think the moral of the story is don't give your child away to anybody who's telling you that they're going to take them to Belgium, Italy, or anywhere to give them a better life. Because when they get there, they start to pimp them and stuff like that. And they mess up their entire life. So thank you very much for coming. And now the story is a bit clear to us. And I keep thinking, what do you think can be done? Just if you sat down in your room and you were quiet and you were crying, just because of the way you've been treated, what goes through your mind?
For me, I'm just thinking if someone comes to you and say, I want to take your child, give you a better life, I don't think you should do it. Okay. You should let them take your child.
It's painful.
Yeah, you just let your child suffer with you. If you are suffering, just see your child suffer with you is better, because most of them died that you don't even know. Some people are dead long time ago. They don't even know that they don't even know that they died already.
Okay, so let me think. I was about to ask you a question. It's now, besides the fact that the parents will keep their child to suffer with them and do all that stuff without giving them to somebody else, I'm back home sometimes and I see some of these girls build big houses, bring big cars back from Italy and stuff like that. That encourages other young girls to want to go in the same pattern. Do you think your message to all the young girls back home is it fair to say that if you're not anybody not in London or America, they're into, a high percentage of them are into this sort of business?
I think so, yes.
Because all around Europe it looks as if, that is well, documented.
Yeah.
So you think your advice to the girls back home, the ones in school, the ones in universities, don't believe in all the, don't believe in, what would you say to them to prevent them from falling into this trap of these people trying to say to their parents that, because some parents might say, yes, come and take my daughter, because I'm suffering so much. What about the daughter? What does the daughter say? Should they not believe in the big cars and the big houses?
That's what I would say. They shouldn't believe in that because it's all lies.
So they should go to school.
Yeah,
okay.
If they have the opportunity, or if their parents can afford to look after them, to put them through their education, they should do that.
Let me ask you about that. How about your younger ones? Were you able to look after them from
yes.
Bulgaria? You were able to pay for their education in Benin City, and the two of them.
Two of them is a graduate now.
They're graduates now.
Yeah.
It's not all such a, I feel bad that you have to go through so much to, help them. But are you still able to help them from here, considering that, you're able to help them more?
Yeah.
And I hope they appreciate.
Yeah, they do.
When we go over to shoot the next segment of this program in Edo State, would you mind if we let them, or ask them if they know how much you've had to go through to put them through school? Would you mind? Because many people take this for granted because they've never.
Yeah, I think I would like that because sometimes I think they don't really know how much I went through.
To put them through school, and if they're squandering the money and show them how difficult life can be. Mrs. Aguilera, it's all my pleasure, and I hope, because the reason why we're doing this program is to implement change. We want to be able to help people planning to take their children abroad and the ones already there. So through you, I hope we'll be able to, do things that will mean change, mean positive change to everybody, not just in Edo State, but Nigerians worldwide. And thank you for coming again. The program is The Diaspora. I hope next time we get to see your face, because I think you're beautiful. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Best thing about why I talk about my girl, baby girl, ain't the type I don't believe until she sees. Her friends cannot tell her what to do. Her friends can call me. It's interesting. The last time we were here at The Diaspora, and I came to see you about being a second generation Edo person, and being the future of Edo State, doing so much in the Western world. And now I'm happy to be back because you seem to have a unique clash of last names, And sorry, can I introduce you again? Your name is again?
Is Nosa Igbenedium.
Thank you. And anybody who's from Edo State seems to know the name Igbenedium. I do, and you seem to have some experiences. Can we talk about the experiences before I try to explain all?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, what have you?
Well, obviously, as you mentioned, my last name, which is the same as the ex-governor.
Yeah.
And since youth, people have tagged me with their last name and said, why am I not rich or amazingly wealthy? Why am I living in this particular house? I should be living in somewhere else, in America or with a big house. And I constantly tell people that this is no relation to me. This man, is a totally different person from my family.
Can I ask you a question? Do you actually know this guy? Because I was in Edo State, but I'm not sure I was there when he was. If we're talking about the same person, in political terms, it's relative. Some people like a political leader, some people don't. We once had a governor in Edo State by the name of Lucky Igbenegbu. He was popular to some people and not so popular with some.
Yeah.
You know, so the problems that you're having in terms of your last name, you think they look directly related to his popularity, whether good or bad.
Exactly. You know, I mean, I guess point in cases, one incident that happened which kind of reflected what you're saying is one day my sister came to me and said, our address is on the internet. And I was like, why is it on the internet? And she said, it's because people are saying that look at what Lucky has used the money to do in the country, and they thought that we were related to
the governor.
To the governor. So they thought that our house had been bought by him when they didn't understand that we were not related at all.
So you were scared that, you know, the Edo people were going to come, you know, bring trouble to your house, or
no, it's you know, you don't want your address put on the internet to anybody, you know.
I can understand.
It's just not safe, you know, to have it out there. And I have a small child living with me, so for it to go out there, it's just not a good thing.
It's not a good thing. And besides your sister having and putting your address on the internet, have you ever experienced live cases, like you said before, where people come up to you and do they really tell you what it's? Do they tell you about this? First of all, let me ask, like, do you know this person? Are you related to this family? Is this who you are? You know, or it's just because you have never been to Nigeria or that part of Edo State? But is this your brother? Is this your uncle? Is this your?
No, not at all. I mean, I've been, as I mentioned,
Right.
Just to correct a little bit, I've been to Edo State once.
Yes.
But I saw my family, and I can tell you definitely, my family is not the ex-governor's.
The ex-governor's family.
Not at all.
Have you also? I mean, talking about the downside, there must be some. There must be some good sides. Have you met people talking good about the governor and felt like, you know, this guy is really my uncle, you know? So have you seen some good people?
No, well, the thing is, all I've had is, I think if I was in Nigeria, maybe it might have affected me more positively in that way, because I've spoken to people who have said, yeah, if you go to Nigeria, you can use that name and so forth to accumulate favors of people.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I'm my own person. This is a totally different family, and I'm not, you know, about.
So the message to Edo people in the diaspora that is leave Nusa Igbenegbu alone. He's not part of the ex-governor. You know, as much as he would like to claim all the good things and maybe not so good things being said, but he's still not part of the Lucky Igbenegbu administration, and he would like to be just his own person.
Exactly.
Nusa Igbenegbu, filmmaker and film director as well in England. Well, we'll be right back. The Diaspora keep giving you more about Edo people from worldwide. Thank you very much, Nusa. Thank you. Red Factor Network, keeping Edolites connected worldwide.